45 seconds of logos.
Okay, here we go. Focus. Speed. I am speed.
Movie echoes back to the first film's opening because it doesn't have anything original to say. Also, narration.
One winner, 42 losers.
This is the same opening as the first movie, minus the Sheryl Crow.
That ain't racing.
For each airing of this film that used unreleased, posthumous audio for this character, each of Paul Newman's salad dressings receives 1 cent. Putting your movie title on a Jumbotron is cute, but Kiss Cam still plays better with crowds of all sports. While I realize that it's pointless to start arguing yet again how the hell works in this world of talking cars, if one car pulls in between two cars like this, it's pretty much gonna them up, right? I mean, this is their physical body, their skin, essentially. And this is just squeezing right in between them, probably doing damage to the equivalent of major organs, just so he can watch a race.
Bye, Cal. See you next week.
I'm pretty sure Cars 4 is going to be about how Cal has had enough and becomes a serial killer.
Hey, Bobby. Who is that?
He's a next-generation race car, inexplicably voiced by Armie Hammer. Better than you in every way, but somehow he was built, added to the circuit, and enrolled in this race without you ever hearing about him, or the media even knowing he existed until now?
Who is this mysterious newcomer, Jackson Storm?
And why is he so mysterious, given his existence represents a massive leap forward in racing technology? Also, naming Lightning's main antagonist Storm is just the amount of lazy I expect from Disney these days.
Jackson Storm is part of the next generation of high-tech racers, unlike the veterans of yesterday.
What, old-timers like this guy?
Cars 3, get off my lawn!
Storm achieves his top speeds by exploiting the numbers. I refer, of course, to racing data.
Moneyball.
We've got 6 more next-generation rookies in the field.
This is as good a time as any for me to once again ask where these f***ing cars come from. Factories? Are they fitted with personalities in a factory? Did 2 former race cars have sex and create a more advanced race car? They're treated like individual people, but this whole next-gen nonsense suggests that they're just machines being created by some big-ass god car in the sky.
Cal Weathers, he's hanging up his light years.
No comment on that either.
Did a bunch of the Pixar creative staff get together and decide that doing a movie about retirement and getting older was what the kids today wanted to see? There was more life in Up, which is a movie that has an old retired guy as the lead character. Thankfully, when Doc died, it was discovered his will specified that any of the townsfolk could enter his garage and watch his old racing films for inspiration.
Your history moved right on to the next rookie standing in line.
Movie pads out its runtime, which is already too long with archival footage of the Paul Newman character. I'm just waiting for a CGI Grand Moff Tarkin to pop up randomly.
Been thinking about Doc again?
Why? Because I'm sad and in Doc's garage staring at old Doc racing news clippings?
And you can either take it, or you can do what you've been doing, sitting.
Aren't they always in the same position? So couldn't you argue that they're always sitting? Biggest problem with the Cars universe is that the dialogue is full of humanistic expressions that don't fit into the parameters of their universe. I get that after the reception of the second Cars movie, the creators wisely realized that less Mater is better. However, couldn't they have tried no Mater?
If I'm gonna be faster than Storm, I need to train like him.
No, you need to be rebuilt to have 2% lower drag coefficient and 1.2% higher top speed. He's literally better than you in every way. And you already used that turn right to go left thing in the first movie, so you cannot win. It's impossible.
McQueen, you can't race in Primer, man. Come on, let's go.
That's Primist. Instead of Life is a Highway by Rascal Flatts, this movie's driving montage gives us this. Knoxville? Really? You couldn't just drive through regular old real-ass Knoxville on your way from Colorado to Florida? This is the most unnecessary fictional name since Mr. Donkey Penis.
Guido, can you believe them?
Paparazzi.
Luigi and Guido might be the most culturally insensitive set of autonomous robots since Skids and Mudflap.
Electronic suit. With it, we'll be able to track your speed and your vital signs.
Things we previously could not track, apparently. Gotta have the next-gen plastic wrap paint job if you want to track a racer's speed.
Does it have a phone?
Don't be crazy. Race cars don't have phones.
I mean, but they do, right? Basically, they have radios to their pit crew. Don't dismiss phone just because it doesn't literally cover all the car's audio capabilities.
Lightning McQueen, I'd like to introduce you to the multi-million-dollar flagship of interactive race simulation.
Multi-million? How much could Rusty's have been worth?
You can use anything negative as fuel to push through to the positive.
Like the flu, chronic psoriasis, or feline AIDS.
Not taking a nap!
Character insists he's not going to do something, only to do said something in the next scene cliche.
Shouldn't be this hard, should it?
No, it should not.
I am fine, Cruz, I can do it!
This is the first movie all over again. Someone's trying to help him, but Lightning is too stubborn to realize it and accept that help. I feel like every time someone at Pixar brought this up during pre-production, they were shouted down by a suddenly apparating group of Disney accountants singing a barbershop version of Pink Floyd's Money.
You have jumped a barrier.
Did she say barrier or shark?
You have crashed.
So the simulator has a response set up if you crash into it? How is it even still functioning?
You are about to become the biggest brand in racing. We are talking saturation on all continents for every demographic. Movie deals, infomercials, product endorsements.
Nice of Pixar to include a scene that pretty much sums up the only reason Cars 3 was made.
Get your tires dirty. That's how you're gonna get faster than Storm?
Yes, exactly. I mean, sacred dirt, right?
I don't ask a lot from my sentient automobile cartoons, but I do ask them to stay away from terrible dialogue and sacred dirt. Usually I get my wish.
You're brittle, like a fossil.
He is a machine. Just fix and or upgrade him.
Well, life's a beach, and then you drive.
Oh, okay.
Cars 3 recycles the Wall-E joke about the Apple boot-up noise that was only kind of cute in Wall-E.
Hey, what was my speed?
Can he not see the speedometer because his eyes are in front of the dash in the windshield? Can't really think of a reason why a car, sentient or not, would ever need to ask this question to someone else. Is this movie about training Cruise or McQueen? Oh wait, I just realized how this movie's gonna end. Also, Cars 3 is competing with Rocky 4 for being over 60% montages.
How'd I do?
You topped out at 198.
198? That's it?
Still slower than Storm.
Well, I'm no racing expert, and much has been made about the power of dirt on the tires, but maybe you should speed check yourself on asphalt instead of sand. Surface does make a difference, you know.
Hey, how am I gonna get faster if I don't...
Might be the first ever instance of the street sign ex machina sin.
That's what I need, to race against actual racers.
You need 10 to 15 more miles per hour speed. You are not going to get it through motivation. I mean, you probably will eventually because this movie hates me, but you should not get it through motivation. This entire movie is happening when they could have just given him a new engine or some f***ing NOS.
You, sir, are officially incognito.
Unless it rains or the mud flies off while he's racing, but semantics.
Did he say Crazy 8?
Yep, Lightning entered a small crazy 8-track race without knowing it, because this movie has you by the balls. Also, no way in shit he can test his top speed on this track, FYI. So basically he entered a race in Vigilante 8.
Cruz, this isn't what I thought it was. Come on, follow me and we'll slip out.
I wonder how many audience members shared the same sentiment 10 minutes into this movie.
Rule number 3, no cursing. It's family night.
Fucking goddamn dick bitch ass.
Look here, boys. We got us a couple of rookies.
I'd like to ask our editors, Brad and Chris, totally different Chris by the way, to find a transparent PNG of a middle finger being flipped, and add it to the next couple seconds of the movie footage while also animating it with keyframes to slide back and forth across the screen like a windshield wiper.
Okay, as you wish.
That's the shit I'm talking about. Right off the bat, the school bus and RV keeping up with Lightning is bull.
Right to go left, turn right to go left.
I'm glad this extended and utterly useless country track race scene found time for yet another callback to the first movie. Okay, it's not rain, but I was still right. Also, other than weight, why would a former water truck have water in its tank? The school bus doesn't have kids in it. The RV doesn't have Robin Williams in it. This should actually be against the rules. Whatever. We need Lightning to be exposed, so what shall be, shall be.
Every mile of this trip was to get me faster than Jackson Storm. I can't get any faster because I'm too busy taking care of my trainer!
But you chose all the destinations, bro. From the beach to the country dirt track race. Bitching out Cruise is just more selfish behavior, which has become the norm for you. God, Lightning McQueen may be the biggest dick of a protagonist in the history of film.
I've wanted to become a racer forever. Because of you.
Because of him? Really? He's a selfish dickhead. He won a lot, sure, but this is like wanting to become an NFL player because of Tom Brady.
I used to watch you on TV, flying through the air.
Was he on pole vaulting with the car stars? Why would he be flying through the air during a car race?
Dream small, Cruz. That's what my family used to say. Dream small or not at all.
Cruise's family is a dick to Cruise.
I just left. It was my one shot, and I didn't take it.
Well, something tells me this bag of cliches movie will give you that chance to race you thought was gone forever.
Genius. Well, hey there, buddy.
Lightning needs 10 to 15 more miles per hour to win this race, so naturally he calls Mater for moral support.
That's just it, Mater. I don't know. I feel like I'm all out of ideas.
Pixar's new slogan.
You know what I'd do?
What?
I don't know.
Pretty sure an early screenplay meeting interaction just made it into the script.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I yelled. It wasn't your fault.
Some people actually like this movie.
Hey, Cruz. You want to check out the home track of the greatest racer ever?
Why not? We've got 40 more minutes to kill somehow. Okay, this animation right here, amazing. I'm taking a sit off for a movie I didn't enjoy because of how amazing this is. Lightning slams on the brakes here instead of just steering his car to either side of this truck on the track. Apparently these older cars just like to sit around in a bar and listen to songs about how f***ing old they are. Cars 3 might be the saddest animated movie since Bambi.
Wow. Life's too short to take no for an answer.
Not sure this is the best message for kids without some context.
Everything changed when the rookie showed up.
How about that? Doc had the exact same thing happen during his career that is happening now to Lightning. What sweet symmetry. I wonder if he did a sweet racing move that Lightning or someone, Cruz, will copy later in the final race.
Racing wasn't the best part of HUD's life. You were.
Jesus, they got on the same page at the end of the first movie. Everyone in the world forgets the that is the second movie. Now suddenly they had a father-son relationship off-screen between movies, and Lightning was unaware of how happy this made Doc until he saw newspaper clippings.
You'll never be as fast as Storm.
Finally someone says it.
But you can be smarter than him.
What? He literally takes the optimum path on every lap and is faster than all cars.
You didn't show up in Florida for qualifying, so you'll be starting dead last.
What to sin? What to sin? The fact that he f***ed around this whole time and missed qualifying? Or the fact that this movie feels he needs more obstacles to winning than just a rookie car that literally goes faster than him? Literally nothing he's done this entire week has actually done anything to benefit his desire to beat a much faster car. This tractor version of how Simba killed his father is supposedly teaching something to Lightning. Supposedly.
Drafting? I've never had to do that.
Yeah, that's when you were fast. Now you're slow.
But couldn't they just add parts to McQueen to make him faster? They had to repair him after the crash, so why would adding a better engine or something along those lines be such a stretch?
No lights. Instinct only.
Lights and instinct are not opposites. Instinct is great, but even Sherlock Holmes stubs his toe on something in total darkness. Yeah, there's a Bruce Almighty moon in the sky, but this is still some total crap. Also, how is this supposed to help? Is McQueen going to be blindfolded in the next race? Does he have to take down the Death Star because his eyes can deceive him? E.T. called. It's not flattered.
Hurry this along, boy.
Mac shares the sentiment of anyone who watches this movie. Lightning has a crisis of confidence right before the big race. There are only two ways this movie ends. He regains confidence, does that wall flip trick at Doc's and wins, or he loses but finds peace in retirement and starts training Jackson Storm. Or maybe Cruz. My money's on the last one, but either will feel cheap.
Well, it won't be enough to catch Storm.
Considering he started dead last?
But how is he catching up with all these other cars? If they're the same variety and build as Storm, then wouldn't they be as fast as him?
Take out that spoiler and those racing tires. You look ridiculous. You are a trainer, remember? Not a racer.
Okay, now 100% certain Lightning will accept retirement and train Cruz. Thanks for tipping your hand, movie.
No, not me.
Her. They're not gonna let you just replace yourself with your trainer mid-race, dude. I mean, wait, they are gonna let him do that?
Day's the day, Cruz. You're getting your shot.
What?
I started this race, and you're gonna finish it.
Wait, what? So everyone wants to see McQueen get his one last shot of glory, but we're now gonna have to watch Cruz? I don't recall the Rocky movie where after 3 rounds, Rocky put his gloves on Paulie and said, go get him.
That can't be legal.
The rules only say the number has to be out there. Doesn't say who has to wear it.
What?
Why are you doing this? You said it yourself. This might be your last chance.
Questions that could be asked after the race. Do these cars even understand the concept of a time crunch? Also, what makes Cruz's car type able to compete with these new models? She looks like she's in the same class as McQueen. So how does she end up winning this race, especially when she's so behind?
Tell her she's a fluffy cloud.
Or just put a headset on McQueen, since he's her trainer now. And yes, they're gonna do that, but only after 3 of these tell her this moments. Cruz follows the psychological cliche of picturing everyone as naked tractors to get over her anxieties, so she can win the race. Movie has already shown her passing more cars than are even in this race. God damn it, was this contractual? And if it was, Pixar, why did you agree to that stipulation? Intentionally ramming another car into the wall for a half turn to the track should be illegal as f***. This is not bumping. This is attempted murder. Here's that Doc wall flip move, and I wrote this movie screenplay in my sleep.
As you know, we have a long history of great racers. Except for Cal.
Movie felt like it had time for one more dig at Cal.
Hang on now.
Smokey knew they were about to add Lightning to the winners list before the Jumbotron changed. He's f***ing psychic.
Why is my name up there?
You're the star of the movie, maybe? You did some mediocre racing earlier today? Does it really matter?
He decides when he's done racing. That was the deal. Hi.
Oh yeah, Sally. She was his girlfriend up until this movie. But I guess they had an amicable breakup and remained friends? This movie treats Sally like any random Radiator Springs resident. Poor Bonnie Hunt.
I'm actually more worried about what Tex is gonna say, considering he, bought Rusty's. Thanks, Tex.
Well, glad that was wrapped up so neatly. Now on to Cars 4, The Revenge of Cal.
We need an ambulance over by the scaffolding! Help me, Jesus! Help me, Jewish God! Help me, Allah!
Wait a minute, Scully. What's the point of this test?
No point. I just thought he could stand to lose a little weight.
Did I do that? Really important in this pose that you arch your back and keep it flat at the same time.
I feel like those are opposing ideas.
Merchandising. Merchandising. Merchandising.
So you're telling me there's a chance we should mate?